Is the entire world narcissistic? Are you a narcissist? Hey, what's up? It's Leah here. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new, welcome. And if you're coming back, thank you so much for coming back. The narc is telling a big lie to everybody. The narc is on overdrive right now, teaching narcissism, teaching that everybody is a narcissist. Are you feeling that way? Do you feel like everybody is a narcissist? So therefore you must be a narcissist. And we all have narcissist tendencies. That's what the narc is saying. How many times can I say narc or narcissist, narcissist? Is everyone a narcissist? The narcissist will definitely say yes. Why? Why do they say yes? Does that make their job easier? Yes. See, if we all succumb to doom and gloom, when you're in fear, you're easily manipulated. Yes, there is darkness in this world. It's a hard fact to face. Even in nature, it is in nature. So the narcissist will prey on that. And now they're really going into overdrive because so many of you are waking up, like truly waking up and going, wait, we're all devaluing ourselves and each other because the narcissist is training us to do that. And you're stopping and realizing that there's a different way, even if this has been training from childhood. But is there real healing after this abuse? Because some people believe there is not. It's impossible. You're always altered. The good news is there actually is. And they've done study after study on this. If you can reprogram your brain to be able to walk when everyone has said you cannot walk, Dr. Joe Dispenza, look into his research, you can get over narcissistic abuse. You can heal from it. Does it make it disappear? No. See, that's the thing. Of course it doesn't make it disappear. I'm so excited that you're really present and aware to this now and that we're having this conversation because there is a paradigm shift on this planet and it is exciting because, like the video I just recently did, you are getting the upper hand. The narcissist is not, but the narcissist is going into overdrive now with their marketing and their campaign. There's a big lie that they're telling now. And of course, it's the classic, damned if you do, damned if you don't, because the old paradigm was that there's only 5% of narcissists in the world, and so it's so rare. So if you've attracted a narcissist, you know, it's your fault and all that stuff. And then now, because so many people, such as yourself, are really becoming present and aware and hip to this game that they're playing, finally, and stepping out of the brain fog, that you're going, wait, actually, a lot of people are narcissists. So now the narcissist is taking that campaign and running with it. They're like, what'd you say? Oh, everyone's a narcissist? Oh, right. In that case, we're going to change up our marketing campaign. See, they're very smart when it comes to marketing and presentation. That's what they're good at. Until they're not, right? Until you see the mask, until you have awareness and come out of the cognitive dissonance. So now the big lie and the big campaign is that, well, everyone's a narcissist. So the whole world's a narcissist. So you're a narcissist. And by the way, if you're even speaking about narcissism, then you're very low consciousness. You're very like 3D narcissist consciousness. Because if you're truly enlightened, you're not even talking about this anymore. See, so they shame you for having awareness. We've talked in past videos about why the narcissist devalues you, but the number one reason is because if you feel terrible about yourself, you're going to put their validation on a pedestal it's a biological thing. Your body begins to do it. So even if logically you're like, that doesn't make sense or something, your body begins to crave that validation. And so they devalue you so that they can manipulate you. And that, of course, creates the trauma bond, which you've heard of so many times. And if you haven't, that's the hot and cold back and forth. And that's why people get addicted to their abuser, because they'll be really nice sometimes. So you're always seeking that validation. Like in Mean Girls, you're always seeking that validation from the little bits of niceness. That's what also breadcrumbing, right? This is all terminology that now the narcissist also is aware of. So they'll say that about you or somebody else or a past relationship. A lot of times now they're the victim, because then they can connect with you on that and also learn how to manipulate you, because now you'll share, if you were a narcissist, with a narcissist, how they manipulated you, and then they know all the terms. So they know more people are waking up to this. So they're working all these different angles in overdrive now. So you might go, well then how do we really get through this, Leah? This is not working out. Like, everybody is a narcissist and then we're doomed. No. Here's the next big lie that the narcissist is telling now in their new marketing. They're the victim. They're also just like you. They've been a victim of narcissistic abuse. It's so great. They're so genius when it comes to this stuff. But awareness is key. It really is. So maybe you're wondering, why do I keep attracting narcissist after narcissist after I've healed? Why does this happen? Then the marketing campaign with the narcissist must be true that everyone's a narcissist, because why do I keep attracting it when I've already done so much healing? So I guess I might as well succumb to it. No, that is the big fat lie that they're telling. And it's working because, again, they're genius marketers, okay? They have great presentation. My daughter, 6 years old, she's so intuitive. And she's spotted people before. She's like, oh, mommy, I like his style. I don't like him, though, because he's not nice. And I'm like, see, that's good. If we can begin to look at people and go, I like that presentation, but underneath it, I don't like the heart, and start trusting your heart. See, they don't want you to do that, because then you wake up to this. So either they'll play the card of, nobody's a narcissist, it's super rare, so if you're attracting them, it's your fault. Or everyone's a narcissist, and so are you. And by the way, if you're even talking about it, then you're very low consciousness. So they cover all the bases, right? Then they'll attack your spirituality. Oh, it's very low consciousness to even be speaking of it, because they do not want you to be aware. They want to take away any kind of tools that are going to give you awareness. And you go, no, that's not possible. People don't do that. Yes, look, there are bad people in this world. And with awareness, you have to recognize that. Okay, number one, like Mr. Rogers says, look for the helpers. So to the people saying, oh, it's very low vibration to even speak of narcissism. It's very 3D and we're in 5D consciousness. If you've heard of, we're in a more expanded consciousness. Not that there's anything wrong with that thinking or anything. I'm totally down with, like, we are in a paradigm shift for sure. And we're leveling up in consciousness for sure. But anyone who wants to have a corner on that market, I'm like, this is how it is to be, is a little narcissistic. I mean, what I'm saying. Okay, so you got to watch out for that. So they're trying to get the corner on this spirituality. They've been doing that for a long time, right? Like, we know that they've run churches and different things. Again, not that all churches are wrong, not that all pastors are like that. Unfortunately, some are. So with awareness and presence, you can begin to shift. Because instead of thinking everybody's this way, so I have to just play in this paradigm, go, no. There are some people that way though, just like there are some crooks and criminals. You have to be aware of that. But what the narcissist wants is that you live in fear and just think that's just how everybody is. That's the world. It's the way of the world. And then they can own you because you'll be seeking their validation or accidentally connecting with them because they're playing the victim card. So number one way to really move through this and heal, okay, it's not turning a blind eye or having fake positivity. It's to really be sensitive. Now, of course, a narcissist doesn't want you to be sensitive. A classic statement is you're too sensitive, right? Somebody even mentioned that in the comments. I think it was My New Life. Thank you, and thank you to everyone commenting. I just love reading all of your comments. And if I don't get back to you, or if I don't get back to you right away, I promise you I'm reading all of them, and I appreciate them because now we're all contributing. See, we're all connected, and we can see from all over the world how talking about this helps. But see, of course they want to say, oh, if you're talking about it, it's very low vibration, because they don't want us to be aware of it. This is where it comes to the Mr. Rogers thing. When there's a catastrophe or an emergency and it's scary, he would say to the kids to look for the helpers. So when there's a dangerous situation and there's people helping, firefighters helping, don't focus on the fire, focus on the helpers. Focus on all the good people. So us talking about narcissism, for a long time, I was scared to talk about it because I thought I'm going to perpetuate it. And I bought into that lie. It's so low vibration, I'm going to perpetuate it and attract it more because I'm talking about it. But what are you focusing on? See, I'm focusing on the helpers. I'm focusing on the healers. I'm focusing on the healed. Does that mean that you're naive? No. Does that mean that you're walking around with this, swagger of like, nobody's ever going to penetrate me again? I don't know why I keep using the word penetrate, but you know what I'm saying? You're walking around with this attitude of like, no one's going to get to me. I'm so tough. No, because then you're not really sensitive and feeling. Then you're shut down. Then you're like the narcissist. And that's what they want to do to you. But you don't have to. Because see, when you shut down your sensitivity, you shut down your instincts, and that's your talent. That's why so many people say they dim their light, or they lost their career, or they lost their dreams, right? And that's the biggest disgrace that happens as a result of this. And that's why I'm talking about it, because so many artists have been squashed by this. If you're an artist, thank you. We need more art in the world. Tell us about it in the comments, because so many narcissists have squashed talent by saying all these lies, like, oh, if you talk about it, don't talk about it. Oh, and you're not spiritually aware if you talk about it, and just all these things so that we don't have awareness. Now, here's the thing. I was traveling yesterday and in the airport with my daughter, and she's like asking the TSA people, because she's so interested in everything, and she's going to be such a good manager or CEO or something, because she just notices everything. She's like, what's that for? And what are you doing here? And all these things. And they were very nice, and they just told her the truth. We're making sure that nothing's in here because bad people do bad things. And that's the fact. That's the reality. But there's also a lot of good people. So it's not being naive that there are bad people. It's being aware, and that's why we're talking about it. Being naive would be to not talk about it. Being naive would be like, oh yeah, that's bad to talk about it. We can't talk about it, and have awareness and have that kind of consciousness. That's naive. But when we talk about it, we can become aware of it. You're not controlling of it, because even in nature, things happen. So we were in Florida and there was a massive hurricane, and to watch all this destruction, but then all this beauty too, was exactly this, the light and darkness. That's in nature. You're not going to change that. You can't stop a hurricane. It's going to happen when it happens. If somebody is meant to, come in and teach you something through this horrible toxic abuse, it's going to happen. You don't need to shame yourself on top of it and then stay in it and then invite more of it in. So that's number 3. Keep building. Keep building. Even if your flowers get destroyed, build again. Don't let them convince you that you just need to keep it rubble, that it's doomed. Number 4, look for moments of synchronicity. On here, when you're commenting and somebody else says, oh, I understand, or I went through that, or you see the perfect video at the perfect time, embrace those moments of synchronicity. See, a toxic person wants to take away anything good and light-filled. Like, oh, that doesn't mean anything. Why not? It's magical. The last few weeks, I shared this in many of the past few videos because it's truly magical. I keep meeting some of the most amazing people that aren't heavy and victim consciousness. They're light, bright artists and all different types of people, and they've had experiences like this. And that's why I know there's a paradigm shift happening. This is not like, oh, you're doomed and gloomed and something's wrong with you. That's the old consciousness. If anything, that's 3D consciousness. The new 5D consciousness is going, whoa, wow. That has been something that's been playing out in humanity for hundreds and thousands and millions of years, probably. Maybe there were narcissist dinosaurs. It's part of nature, like hurricanes. But to look at it, and then number 5, to really take in all of these things, magical moments that are going right. More often, so much is going right. And again, they want to, there's no magic, there's no this, there's no, like Albert Einstein said, I'll probably butcher the quote, but something like this, I paraphrase, there's only 2 ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle, and the other is as though everything is a miracle. Remember, come back to being sensitive to feeling what feels better in your body. To me, it feels better to look at the magic, to meet people and go, oh, wow, this was divine right timing that I'm meeting you and we're having this conversation. This is divine right timing. To look at things that are magical. I like that. If that doesn't feel good to you, then don't do it. Right? Don't do what I say or anybody else says. Follow your own energy and be true to that. But I love seeing these magical moments. Last year at this time, when I was going through a really hard discard, it's been a doozy. But this guy was a covert narcissist. I've shared a lot on this channel about him. If he's watching, he's probably like, well, at least I gave her a lot of material, which he did. And I've grown a lot from it. So I bow to you, old narcissist. Thanks for all that. And I still send him with love even. So you can be a loving person. It's not that I'm defaming anyone. I'm not naming names. He knows if he's watched this, but I have not named a name once. So I love looking at these moments of magic and synchronicity. Because when I met this person that I was dating, the covert, on our first date, and this is really interesting because I've seen other narcissist videos about this and it's fascinating. I want to look more into it and do more videos on this because on our very first date, I was so excited, but my nervous system was like through the roof. It's like you're drunk, right? And I thought that was chemistry. I was so excited, like so many butterflies, just thrilled. I was like thrilled to go on this date. And I got really clumsy. And somehow, I don't even know exactly how it happened. It was strange. I like opened the door or something and I had a full-length mirror on the wall, and it fell and shattered in a million pieces. And immediately I was like, ugh. So I look up a YouTube video on like shattered glass, and like, no, I don't want bad luck. And I'm not superstitious in that way, because I believe that you can follow your own sovereignty and you can shift some of that and all that. But I love looking at the magic and just mystery of things. It's like, what was that meaning? Was that one of my ancestors talking to me? Because I'm also very connected to some of my loved ones that have passed. So maybe some of this is far beyond you, and that's okay. But maybe this is right on time for you to hear. And I believe it's always right on time, even if it's something that you totally disagree with, right? Because why are you hearing it right now? So again, I like looking at the magic of that. So this shattered, and I would have been on time to the date. I was so excited, but I felt like I couldn't leave it like that. And so I looked at this one YouTube video, and I would reference what it was if I have no idea what it was, because it was so long ago now, and I didn't write it down or anything, but it said to sweep it up and like say a blessing that you were shifting something in your image, right? And I came to the first date and I told him that because I was late, because I cleaned it all up, and also I didn't want to come home to like shattered glass everywhere. So I cleaned it up and I was late, and I told him that. And it's like as if he knew almost. He was like, okay, I don't think that's what it means. But it was like somebody was trying to tell me like danger, and that, yeah, my image was going to be shattered, but maybe that I was going to have to go down this path of this self-destructive path of devaluing myself, because I was going to get involved with this person. So maybe it was a warning sign. And then as we dated, this is really weird, but I moved in to a new place as we were dating. That has nothing to do with the story, but anyway. And 2 mirrors fell off the wall. 2 more mirrors fell off the wall. I mean, it's just so weird. So then I started thinking, and that was right during 2 of the discards that I got from this guy. So it was during that time that I was like, what is the magic? What is the sign? And I know, again, some people are like, signs and all that are crap, and you are the sign. And I do believe you are the sign. And that's why I like looking into this stuff. So again, for me, it's really fun and magical. And I always find some truth that actually helps me within me. I'm not like in this superstitious way looking at something outside of myself. It's like I'm learning about myself through the outside world. Does that make sense? So you're into that sort of thing, or maybe you're just opening up to that right now, either way. And some of that stuff has happened to you, either those weird like pictures flying off the wall, being really clumsy on your first date, something like that. Or also like the mala beads after you've begun to heal. Please let me know in the comments. I'm really interested. I love this stuff. During this discard last spring, I was like, what is going on? It's like something in my root chakra, right? Like that I'm attracted to this guy, but it's not healthy, and I need to heal something within myself. So I went to this awesome store and I bought a crystal singing bowl, and I bought a mala beads. Oh wait, do I have them right here? I bought these mala beads, and it has the yellow for, I meant to say solar plexus chakra, which is connected with your personal power, accountability, self-confidence. So that's why I knew I needed to heal something in my solar plexus, which is yellow color. Well, anyway, today, as I was getting ready to do this video, I was thinking about breaking karmic patterns. And again, this might be this might not be for you, and that's okay. But sometimes some people believe that when you break a prayer, these are prayer beads, mala beads, when you break one, that it's a blessing that you've broken that like karmic pattern, whatever you needed to learn. And I really feel like I've been doing so much healing, and today, getting ready to do this video about healing, I had bought this right at that discard, and then right before I did this video, it broke. So to me, that's just, it feels good. I feel in alignment. Then I had lost the wand to my crystal singing bowl, which is like this beautiful wand, and it's also crystal, and it just makes a great sound. I haven't been able to capture it here because I'm not like a sound engineer, although I've tried to do it in past videos. But anyway, I just love this crystal singing bowl, and I lost the wand. Anyway, right after I broke this, right before I was doing this video, guess what I found? The wand. It's been missing for 2 months. And I found the wand so I can have that vibration. And it's like it's been giving me that vibration is back. So now I'm attracting all the helpers. And yes, narcissists still exist. And yes, there are bad people in the world. But there are so many good people. And it is an honor to meet you. So please let me know where you're checking in from. I hope this resonated for you and added value. And I will see you next time.